Last week, I shared with you guys some very easy workflows that you can have in HubSpot. And this time, I'm sharing one that is as well super easy. You can do it probably in less than 10 minutes. And this will help you to have your deletion for inactive contacts under control. Okay, so the enrollment trigger that I'm using is a list membership of inactive and indecisive segments. So this is something that you can get through Thalox, and then you can send that list back to HubSpot. I'm not doing anything manually. I'm not choosing the amount of time someone clicked on an email or the amount of time someone submits a form or visits a website. Those data points are a lot for me to manage and to have control over. And so I rely on the algorithm that Thalox is running on my data to have that insight. So now you can see here that I have a branch based on filter criteria, and then I have here 3 branches that I need to manage. So first, I will look into my inactive leads. With that, I have a list membership that defines what an inactive lead is for me. That really depends on each case. So obviously, I'm still using Thalox, and particularly I'm using the Thalox engagement score property so that I can really filter less than 10% of the score, which are leads with very, 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 very low probability to engage or engagement level. And also for me, it's really not important, or I don't really care about so much private email addresses. So email addresses from free email providers, because I really want to have a business email address so that I can qualify further and as well have more information about the company. Also, I'm looking only for leads here. So everyone who is qualified, even though they might be inactive, I can then have a different approach for them. So the next one are SQLs not contacted. So first of all, I want to look into my SQLs, and then I want to look into the last activity date. And last activity date in HubSpot is a property that looks mostly for sales related activities. So you can say like a task, a meeting, a sales email. So those types of activities, if they don't, or if you don't see any activity logged in the last activity date in the last 90 days, that means that there was not a lot of engagement as well with sales. So that might be a reason, or there might be a hint for me to say, okay, these people are inactive not only with sales but as well with marketing, and they need to be reviewed. So in both of these cases, I'm then creating a task to check to delete. So basically here for the marketing or for the inactive leads, I'm sending this to a dedicated person in marketing. This can be your marketing manager or someone else that immediately they need to check this to review. So they will have this static list with all the leads that fit this criteria here so that they can go one by one and check as much as possible. Of course, if there's are thousands, then you just need to maybe fine tune your criteria and just delete them altogether or mark them as marketing contacts. So one of those two. Here is the same, but instead of sending to a particular person, I'm sending to the contact owner. In case we don't want to put them in any of those buckets to delete or mark them as non-marketing, then we need to do something else, and that means reactivating these contacts. So in that case, we can see that if the criteria is not met, we can send them to another workflow that will re-engage these people. So again, it's very important that people who are inactive with your marketing emails are really managed by this deletion process, or if it doesn't end up being deleted, then at least it's marked as non-marketing contacts, or you keep a closer eye on those to reactivate them somehow. Always remember that you are paying for these people. You are also, it's not only about the money that you are putting in your monthly subscription or your yearly subscription with HubSpot, but also the amount of effort that your team has with them. And of course, it always depends on each business. This is a general approach. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you're doing something different or what is your take on it, and see you next time.